Hey, Twitch and YouTube. It's Xorang, or Zane, if you know me. So, today I'm going to be covering a more rough topic. Just the topic of lying, and why people do it, and why I've done it in the past. Because a couple months ago I made a pledge to myself that I wanted to become a completely honest man. Um, because throughout my life, if you know me, I've told quite a few lies, and I want to become the kind of person that people can learn to trust. Um, because I've got a lot of big plans, and I'm not going to be able to accomplish them without the help of others. Um, and most importantly, I just want people to know that what I say to them is the truth. But uh, I've gone over quite a few scholarly articles in regards to psychology and why people lie. However, I still think the easiest or simplest nutshell sum uh, that's that's a proper grammar. I think the easiest way to sum things up is a Psychology Today article that just so happens to be the first result on Google when you type in "why do people lie." So I'm going to be paraphrasing that article, and I'll put a link in the description. But essentially, there are typically 6 reasons why people lie and why people feel like they need to. And the first and foremost, the largest reason is the lie matters to the person who is lying. It may be something inconsequential, it may be a white lie, it may be a that shirt doesn't actually look good on you, but I'm going to tell you it looks good on you for like a self-esteem boost. Like it may be something very inconsequential is what I'm trying to get at. And the reason that the lie is told is just because it matters to them for whatever reason, whether they've made a mountain out of a molehill, or something else. It is something that is not necessarily ingrained, but it's inconsequential to society, quote unquote. But it is critically important to the person who does the lying. Um, and that's not the reason I lie. I'll get into that in a second. The second reason is telling the truth feels like you're giving up control. And often people tell lies um, just because they want control. They want to be able to have control over any situation. And if lying is going to get them that control because people trust them and they're going to just lie to the people that trust them, then it allows for people to be manipulated. And as unfortunate as that is, it's the case. Um, and people who pathologically lie, they typically want to always have control of their scenarios. Well, even if you don't pathologically lie, I would say, and I may be wrong, but I would say that the common person wants to be able to control the emotional or physical scenarios that they're in, uh, because then they know what can or cannot happen, and there's no degree of uncertainty. But that's just my personal opinion. Um, the third reason being, and the reason why I have lied a lot in the past, is the liar doesn't want to disappoint people. Um, because whether they're white lies, whether they're inconsequential things or large lies, it's a matter of they want you to like them. Um, like they every person who lies for attention or for love or for just getting friends, that's a huge part of the driving factor behind it. And the reason that I have lied in the past, um, there are a couple reasons, but the main reason why I've lied in the past to anyone who is watching this who knows me personally is because I felt like I wouldn't be worth anything to anyone unless I lied. And as terrible as that sounds, I know deep down in my heart that that's not the case. I know that there are people who will love me and respect me regardless of uh, some of the decisions I make. But that's why I did lie. And to my close circle of friends, you know who you are. If I We used to do something called story time with Zane, where I would talk about these adventures that I've had in my life, and like half of those were completely true, and I didn't need to lie about them at all, just because strange things happen to me sometimes. The other half were half truths. I think I've only told maybe one blatant lie of a story, uh, but the half truths were things that didn't matter, but I felt like I needed to lie about them and embellish the truth and exaggerate it because I felt like you guys wouldn't want to hang out with me if I didn't. And that was something that has just been ingrained into me from past friendships that I didn't I didn't need in my life. People who wouldn't give me the time of day unless I had something interesting to say. People who wouldn't give me the time of day unless they were getting something from me. I used to have friends who would only hang out with me if they wanted liquor or drugs first, for just an example. Uh, if any police are watching this video, don't worry, I don't have any drugs anymore. I'm clean. But that's beside the point. You can come and talk to me if you want. But I didn't want to disappoint you guys. I never wanted to disappoint anyone. Back a long time ago, I used to lie and manipulate people up until I was in junior high ish, maybe very beginning of high school. I used to lie and manipulate people for my own benefit, uh, because I figured everyone has an agenda, so why can't I? I might as well just be in life for myself. I might as well just lie to gain as much benefit for myself as possible. And that changed as soon as a man named Daniel, uh, Lars's brother, hey Daniel, if you're watching this, uh, a man named Daniel called me out on what I was doing. And if you have seen my previous video, you know about this. But I had done something that had hurt a lot of people financially. And up until that point, my lies weren't really anything that would harm anyone if they knew the truth, except for the fact that they would feel hurt that I lied to them. And that's completely understandable. Uh, but I hurt a lot of people financially with a particular lie that I had done back when I was very young. I mean, I'm still young. I'm just 22. But this was back when I was like 13, 14. I can't even remember. And that is the real reason why I got into debt at a very young age, is because I realized what I was doing was wrong. And I tried to pay those people back. And I did pay those people back. And so I got into a lot of debt at a very young age. But I got over that. Like, I had paid people back, and I got banned from a couple websites. But the point was, I wanted to make things right. And from that point onwards, I went from manipulating and lying to people for my own benefit to then lying to people for the benefit of both of us. And that was still wrong, but that's what I transitioned to at that time in my life. I had told these truths that were just half truths, or sometimes just a couple blatant lies, because I figured no one is going to be my friend unless I lie to them. No one is going to be my friend unless I have an amazing story to tell. And I know now that that isn't the case, that there are people, good friends, who love and support other people regardless of what they may have done in the past, as long as their heart and character is in the right place now, and they treat each other like friends. Um, and it took me a while to realize that. It took me a while to realize that there are good people out in the world, and not everyone has an agenda, and not everyone is trying to take advantage of you. Um, so I transitioned from line for my own benefit to line for the benefit of both parties, and by that I mean like white lies or embellished stories, or exaggerated stories, and yeah, it was uh, a very stark difference between the results, I guess I would say, of the line, or the outcomes, the consequences. Um, and I had wanted to become honest because, frankly, all the lies I'd been telling became quite tiring to keep up. Like, everyone knows that if you lie, and this is uh, the fourth reason, by the way, lies snowball. Um, Lies, regardless of how small they are, have the ability to snowball if people try and find the truth. And I had done some things, I'd done quite a few things to hide the truth because I just wanted to keep up that persona, or keep up that face, to make sure that I didn't lose people who were dear to me, because if they felt like I was a liar, then they would stop being my friend. Um, and I realized that my line was getting out of control, and I had tried to become an honest man. I and I'm still becoming an honest man. Like, I wouldn't be filming this if I didn't want to become an honest man. Um, a lot of my lies snowballed into bigger and bigger lies, and now I just want to tell the truth because it's it's much easier. You don't need to come up with all of these elaborate stories and elaborate alibis, but B, I can't afford to not be trusted. I, for anyone who knows me in real life, they know that I own a charity called World Peace Organization Incorporated. It's a very recent development. I still need to make the website, but the logos and everything and the video is going up fine. Um, and I also own a business. And people will not want to do business with anyone who is a liar. I wouldn't blame them. But it doesn't change the fact that I have lied up until. I mean, there are some. Okay, let's rewind for a second. So, back to transitioning states, I lied for my own benefit, and then transitioned to I lied for the benefit of both parties. And then I transitioned to I only lied when it was embellishing a truth. And then I transitioned to where I'm at now, where I don't want to lie at all. And because those lies do snowball, and I always need to have some sort of backup plan in case someone asks about it, or I need to always have some sort of alibi, uh, and it's just very cumbersome. There's no need for lying with like the friends that I've found in my life. They're very understanding people, and I have a great support system with my family, and I've got a great support system with my second family, my friends. Um, and I think personally, I mean, I won't know for sure, and my anxiety will get to me. But if you guys are watching this, I hope that you still want to be my friends after viewing this video. Um, I imagine that you would, but um, as I was saying, lies snowball, and it's just a lot of guilt to carry around all the time, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy, especially for someone like me with a myriad of mental illness. Um, and it's just complicated. It gets complicated real fast because you always need to make sure that no one can uncover the truth. And I hate that. I have come to despise lying. And over the past 4, 5 months, I've been trying to be a completely honest man. I've made a pledge to myself to become a man who never has to tell a lie and who can be blunt, and I can just, I mean, I can still try and be polite, but like, I need to become a man of integrity. I have to. Whether it's for my business or not, whether it's for saving the world with World Peace Organization or not, I need to be a man of integrity so that I can help other people. Because even if I were to make it to the top alone, and by to the top I just mean like have a successful business or something. If if I were to retire and have a successful business, it wouldn't mean anything to me if I were there alone. I need to have my support systems with me. I need to have my friends. I need to have my family. Um, and I'm not gonna cry on stream. So that's that is the fourth reason as to why people lie is lies snowball and they need to continue to lie to cover it up. Um, and that's what I did a lot as well. But now, for anyone who knows me, or even if you don't, if you ever want to know something about my life and you feel like something I told you was a lie, just come and talk to me and ask me, just point blank. I will not be offended. I just want to have the truth out there, and I want you to know that I'm a man that you can trust. Um, as an example of one of my lies in the past, this is a half truth that was just an exaggeration. So, I used to merchant diamonds back in high school. That is a true statement. What is not a true statement is the fact that my debt came from merchanting the diamonds and buying cut glass instead. Um, for anyone who's lost, just know that I told the story of me merchanting diamonds in high school, but I exaggerated it to the point of tens of thousands of dollars when in reality it was only like 1,000, maybe 2,000 bucks, or something. And because I wanted to have some sort of excuse as to where my debt came from, for one, uh, but for two, I wanted to have a story that I could tell people, like, look at me, I was able to overcome this hard challenge. This, I wanted it to be like inspiration for others so that they could feel like if he was able to do that back in high school, why can't I do X objective in my life now? And the third reason being, like, it was just something that I thought I needed to do to have friends. Um, I did merchant diamonds back in high school, but it was a far smaller quantity than people actually realized, and the only reason I stopped was because it wasn't profitable because I didn't do it right. um, I mean, I did learn a lot about diamonds and GIA certifications and cut, color, clarity, carat, 4Cs, but um, it doesn't change the fact that I embellished or I exaggerated that story. That's just one example for you guys, and if you want to know examples, um, then just come talk to me, send me a text message, leave me a voicemail, or try and call me, um, and I will be blunt with you. I will be blatantly honest, and if it's something that you choose to cut me out of your life for, I can't necessarily blame you because I've broken your trust. Um, but that doesn't change the fact that I need to be a man of integrity now. And if I lose support systems, then that's what happens. Um, enough of the sob story. So the fifth reason why people lie is it's not a lie to them. And by that, I mean they're remembering differently. And honestly, that has happened to me many times. Like, I don't even realize that I'm lying when in reality something never happened. For those of you who don't know me, I have bipolar type 1, the manic kind, and I have these alternate stories that are in my head sometimes when I am asked a question and your mind gets put under stress because you need to answer immediately in the moment what the truth is, and sometimes I don't know, and yeah, um it's and it happens to many different people. It's not just me. I've got a couple of friends that I know that have lied without realizing that they were lying. Um, if that makes sense. And the final reason, at least according to the Psychology Today article that I'm referencing, um, is they want the lie to be true. And that's also part of why I used to lie. I wanted people to believe in these aspects of my life, and I wanted to believe in those aspects of my life. I wanted to make myself seem like a much more interesting person. Um, and I realize now, well, I realized a few months ago, that I don't need to be this amazing, all encompassing, interesting Renaissance man that is just that just has all of these adventures and experiences, and because that's not what matters when it comes to friendship or just support systems in general or any relationship you've got, really. If it is a good relationship and you come forward to a person about a lie that you've told them, I'm sure that they're willing to talk it out with you. Like, people who do have like pathological lying tendencies, I encourage you to try and do what you can to make things right, because take it from me, someone who has lied the majority of his life, it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. You need to waste so much time and energy just keeping up the lies, and you need to waste so much time and energy dealing with the guilt. And I realize that it can be scary. I mean, I'm terrified filming this right now. But I think that things will be okay even after I post this. I think that my support systems will still be there. I think they'll still love me. And if their trust is broken, then that's something that I need to earn again. And that's, you need to, and that's completely understandable. But I figured I'd just make this short, um, because that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to tell anyone who knows me, uh, if you are wondering about something in my life, if I ever lied about it, please just get in contact with me and ask me if I've lied about it. I would love to clear things up. I would love to become the kind of person that you can trust, and I don't want to lose your trust. So I hope you guys had some enjoyment from the video. If not, well, there's other Twitch streamers out there. Thanks.